Hi, Lisa. Thank you so much for joining me today. Lisa is here to talk about the Pro Psychic Mechanics Mentorship Program, and she has offered to answer some questions for us. So thank you, Lisa. I really appreciate you doing this for us.
You are very welcome.
And what I'd love to know first is you joined the program back in, I'm trying to think what month it was. Was it, which month did we start? I don't
I
remember.
was trying to think too, and I couldn't.
Yeah, I can't remember. I should have thought that one through before saying it. Oh well, it was 5 or 6 months ago now, a little bit less ish. It was fantastic though. And so what I'd love to know first is what hesitancy, whenever you heard Pro Psychic Mechanics Mentorship, what made you want to join and what hesitancy did you have?
There was no rational reason for me joining because
Yeah.
I had no intention of being a psychic, and I told you that at that time, and I remember saying to you, I've got this urge to take your course, but it doesn't make any sense with what I'm doing.
Yes.
And so you got on the phone with me, and then that was when the energy was like shooting out of my fingertips, and I started
Yes.
crying, and I'm like, dang it, I've got to take this course. I don't have any choice.
Yes, and I remember that conversation really clearly because for me, I heard the words and then I also felt the energy. And the words were, I'm never going to be a professional psychic. And the energy was, this is home. And so I somewhat reluctantly, I usually like for it to be together, like mind and spirit, same page. But your spirit was so loud that it was just not even a question. You just had to be in it. So, what have you gained since then? You've been out of the program for about 5 to 6 weeks now. What has changed since finishing?
I don't even feel like the same person. I mean, I feel like I'm going to start crying because I never expected to do this work. And, let me say that I do use the psychic portion of it, but I primarily I use shamanic practices for healing journeys
Yes.
people. And it's just been amazing because not only do I have an unexpected career, I never expected to be doing this, not in a million years.
Yes.
But all of the things that made me uncomfortable spiritually, emotionally, it's as if with every healing that I do on people, I get healed a little bit more. It's just
Yes.
amazing.
And that is one of the things I find, and it is a dual training. We have both the psychic side and the shamanic side because I find that both create a really cool blend. And one of the things that I talk about that's just simply truth is you cannot heal another person without also healing yourself in some way. So every time you show up to do a healing, you are healing more than just yourself. And I also firmly believe we're healing the world as a whole every time we show up to do a healing. And that is just so beautiful. And I'm so glad that you've embraced it and that you're going on this path because you're just really shining. I mean, I'm still getting emails from people who are really excited about the work that you do. So it's really wonderful that you were willing to listen to your spirit's call.
Yeah, and even near the very end of the course, on those lovely group calls that I just loved, I was still saying, I still don't have any intention, because I enjoyed the psychic readings, and it pretty much strengthened what I already knew about myself. So I figured I would use it in another business. But when we did the shamanic healing, I walked into the healing room, and my guides, who, by the way, I didn't really believe in, before,
Yes.
were celebrating and telling me that I had come home and that this was what I was supposed to be doing.
Yes. And also, that particular person, she's one of my I can't release any of the specifics due to confidentiality, but she was just blown away by the healing that we got to do as a group. So there are group calls that are part of this program. And that leads nicely into the next question that I have for you. And that is, what is the most beneficial part of the program? What is the piece that you just want to see around forever, and are really excited about the new psychic mechanics and shamanic mechanics getting to experience?
I think the live readings were really the most important for me because it just gave me confirmation that I knew what I was doing. Because when I've tried to use um, these capabilities in the past, it would be sometimes it would be on, sometimes it would be off, and I came out of it just confused.
Yes.
But being on the call and having that focused energy just gave me a tremendous amount of confidence.
Yes. And are you talking about the group readings where we got together as a group and then I allowed each student, each participant to kind of say what they saw, felt, and experienced?
Yes. Well,
Yes.
also your feedback,
Ah,
right?
yes.
Because when you gave me that feedback, I was just blown away that I was as accurate as I was. I didn't necessarily expect that.
Yes, and so part of what we did, just so that the viewer can know what we're talking about, is I would give a name for and a picture for a reading, or we would have someone who was relaxing so they could receive a healing. And so how it would work is each person would tune in and pass on a message. And then I would interpret whatever energy. So I give them feedback. Oh, you're absolutely accurate. For instance, just an example, if someone saw a block in the solar plexus chakra but couldn't vocalize quite what it was, I would explain what they were seeing. And then I would point out the similarities. Most of the time, we as psychics and individuals pick up the exact same thing from slightly different vantage points. And so one of my gifts is I can see each vantage point and explain what everyone is seeing. And everyone was really accurate. It was almost 100% accurate for every reading. It was just about understanding the information that was coming through. So it was just a real honor to witness that.
Well, and what was cool about it is understanding how people experience energy differently.
Yes.
Because it's like the eight blind men and the elephant. We were all feeling the same creature, but we felt it from different perspectives, and so that was really a breakthrough in my thinking, because I started to understand how people experience these things differently, and that it's all good. That
Yes.
there's not a specific way that you have to do it.
Fantastic. And I love, excuse me, I love that you brought that up because that's the perfect metaphor. We come from our separate vantage points, and that's one of the points that I found confusing for myself was, oh, well, I'm picking up different information than the people around me. So am I just a fraud? Am I making it up? Or is it something accurate and it's just coming through differently? And most of the time it's just information coming through differently. So I love that. Fantastic. And my final question is, what do you have to say to someone who is on the fence and doesn't know whether this is for them or not?
Just listen to your heart. You will know whether it's for you or not. And, with me, it was unmistakable. I couldn't not take it. Even though, my logical mind was like, well, this is all very well and good, but how are you going to apply this? My entire spirit, my entire body was saying yes. So, it was just totally clear to me. And, I did have a hesitation on the money,
Yes.
because that was a really big deal for me. It
Yes.
was a huge deal. But, I have made that money back in 5 weeks.
Yes.
Did not expect it.
Yes. And thank you so much. And I just want to point out once again that you were 6 and 7 weeks ago, you were still saying, I don't think I'm going to do this professionally. And now you've made the money back that you put into the course. Uh, and so it was just the thing that you were meant to do. And so thank you so much for sharing. Do you have any parting words? Or are you feeling good and complete?
Well, the reason that I think it's so important for you to do this work is because I think the world is crying out. And the reason that so many people are being called forth is because we're so needed to heal the world in this way. And it's a beautiful program. And I'm just so grateful.
Thank you so much, Lisa. This means so much. And I know that you're right. It is time. It's time to step up. It's time to heal ourselves and the world at the same time. And if this course is right for anyone, join. It's going to be fantastic. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye.